we've got the sound now. Great. So tonight is our community vision night, and it's great to see all of you here. And also, hello to all our online viewers. So great. So, it's amazing to see the community work of Liberty Church from where it was to where it is now. So I work as community pastor at Liberty Church. So I oversee all our community work in all the other campuses as well: Liberty Swinton, Thurcroft, very soon Doncaster, and at church here. So tonight I will be sharing with you all the vision of community vision of Liberty Church 2021. So when I first came to England, I came as a youth and schools worker, and then after I finished my 3 years time serving as a missionary, then God opened the door for me, and again the church blessed me with this role as a community pastor role. And in the beginning, I didn't really know what it was supposed to look like. So it was more like, okay, let's see what happens. Because all we were doing then, 2013, when I first came here at church, was a food bank, which was running by a great team. So we were serving the food parcels, delivering. So it was great. So other than that, really, I just prayed to God, God, what is the vision for community work? This is the role that you've given me. This is the role that the church has opened now. So what is the vision, God? Where do you want to take, this? What is the next step? So I just asked the Lord to just to do his work through me and open the doors and guide me and tell me where I have to go. So if you know about church, there's 4 distinctives of Liberty Church. The first one is we have 4 key distinctives, and that's what makes us as church. That's what makes us as Liberty. And the first one is devotional. As a house, we believe that Jesus is the center figure to the church and also in the community and also to the world. So he is the center of everything that we do. And the second one is developmental. So we are committed to create an environment where people can be challenged or people can be released and stretched and grow in all the things that God has put within them. So we always are, into raising up more leaders, raising up more staffs, volunteers. It's always growth. It's not just a number, but also in the gifts that God has given to each and every one of us. And also relationally, I feel that's one of the main distinctives as well as for Liberty Church relational. We believe that relationships are a very vital and integral to the life of church. We always seek to build a strong community, a loving community, a caring community that supports, one another. So the fourth one is missional. We are seeking to be a catalyst of change in our community, where we live, in our country, in the nation, So, and how do we do that? How do we be a missional church? We do that by through social action and community credibility, activities, different types of activities, and all through this, whatever we do, we are making Jesus' name famous. We are just doing what Jesus wants to do. We are spreading the love of Jesus to those who we care, to those who we support, to those who we reach out. So, I want to start this vision night by saying this verse, which is what stuck for me. Mark 12:30-31. Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind and with all your strength. And this is, Jesus said there's two greatest commandments. And the first one was this, and the second is this: love your neighbor as yourself. No other commandment is greater than this. There's a saying, the church is not a hostel for saints. It's a hospital for sinners. It's the hospital for the broken. It's a hospital for the needy. The church is here to serve the community. The church is here to serve the people. As it says in Matthew 20:28, just as the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve. Jesus didn't come here, I'm the king, come and serve me. But Jesus came here to serve the people, and to give his life as a ransom to many. Jesus said these words, that he came to serve. God, who is love, came to serve. And we are ought to love others. We are to show this love to others, for God showed this love to us. So we have to have the heart to serve them, and that's what my vision was like. God, here I am, so I want to serve the community. And when I talk about community, I get all passionate. It's like, yes, that's my place. I'm a people person. We are here as church to let the people know we are here for them. We are here for you. We are here to help you. That's what Jesus says to us, isn't it? I'm here for you. But then who don't know Jesus out there, they should know that as well. So let me just not preach and make it as a preaching session, but let us go into I've made some slides. Online you can also see the slides. So community vision. So first of all, I want to talk about, Liberty community work. So at Liberty, we do different types of community work, which, next slide, we do different things. We do food bank, which I will be talking about those things like in a very short, in a summary. We do food bank, we have Spectrum event, we have AIR, like Asylum, Immigrants and Refugees Project, we do International Night, Spectrum Community Get-Together Night, we have ARC for the homeless, we have Baby Bank. So all these things we do and work as Liberty community work. So go to the next slide. So for me, there's three things that's important. Liberty community work vision. I think the vision is like, the three main things that we do in our community work is community projects, community events, and community connections. So these three are what I thought was the main part of what we do. So Liberty community work vision. So I want to talk about the first part, which is the community projects. We'll go to the next slide. So what does this include? So I want to share with you the vision for community work, but before that, I want to kind of explain what we do. So that's why, like, you will be seeing a lot of slides and, what it involves, what is like community projects, what all comes under community projects. So if you see on the slide, we have, I'm sure online you can see as well, we have food bank, we have baby bank, we have coffee morning, we have drop-in befriending, Farsi Bible study, and ARC, which is homeless project. So these are the different community projects that happens within the church during the week, weekend, holidays, throughout the year. So, so one thing that doesn't stop is like the community work. So I just want to go on the first one, which is the food bank, which is next slide. So Liberty Church Food Bank. This is an amazing, project. This is an amazing outreach project, I would say, food bank. When I started, I can remember when I started, there was a team doing the food bank, and it was about 5 to 10 parcels. And if we get 10 parcels, We run that every Tuesday and Thursday food bank. But if we get 10 parcels, we'll be like, oh my goodness, there's so many parcels today, 10 parcels. We need to sort all this out. And one thing, like, what made me to think is, like, when I came here and I saw the food bank, it was great to see all the food. But what broke my heart was like, wow, there are people who are living in poverty in this country, in my community, in our community. You know, there are people living with low income. There are people living with no food. You know, there are people living with addictions. And because of that, they are not getting like proper food. And this is great what church is doing, like, you know, being there for the community and providing them the food. So as I said, like before, like 10 parcels was like, ooh, too much. But now, as the Lord has blessed the church during the years, during, you know, all this time, we have grown so much. And we now do like over like 90 parcels a week. Come on, like 90 parcels a week. And that's all because of, you know, the work that the volunteers put in and the donations that we get. So, yeah, just next slide. So if you see here, like, you know, this is, when you see the banner, it says, we are here to help. And that's what the church is here for. We are here to help the community. And we have run this food bank. And if you see there, Wayne, who used to be part of the food bank team, he's like there praying for someone who came to get the food parcel. So it's not just we give the food and, you know, help people to feed them, but also feed their souls too. You know, sometimes when people come, they come with all different baggages of life. And we are here not to just give, yes, food is essential. It's important. I love food. Everyone needs food in their lives. But, you know, sometimes we are here to just talk to them, to ask them, are you okay? You know, how can I help you? Do you need a prayer? Can I pray for you? Can I pray with you? So we offer also like emotional support to people who come and access the service here at Liberty Church Food Bank. So, and also sometimes you end up, you know, like having some great conversations with the people, like, you know, and some says that I really want to come out of this poverty. I really want God to do something in my life. I want this to be over. So, and we just connect them with the people, and we make sure that, you know, they are continuously kept in contact and help them wherever needed. So we also provide, like as you see on the other side, some toiletries. So along with the food, we also provide like toiletries, soaps, and other essential items for individuals and families. So in food bank, like it's great to see that it provides to all different groups, like from the toddlers to the elderly. Like it just serves all groups, you know, all areas. So it's great to see this happening. So next slide. Okay, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, so we get like, this is one of the picture that was given. So during the pandemic, like it was really, we were like, there were so many referrals was coming through, and we didn't know how to like, you know, help people. Like how can we get the food? But we prayed about it, and amazingly, with the connections that the church has kept with the local agencies, local organizations, we've been blessed with like a lot of donations through funding, through like different community organizations around us. So we were like never empty. Like this was always full throughout like 2020, and the vision to see that like this place is always full with the food throughout like how many years to come. The church is there always to provide. And the next slide, if you can see, like this, my car, and it's got some snow on it. Yes, it's snow season. You know, I just wanted to show this picture because, you know, sometimes there was heavy snow and all the roads were blocked. But we were like, we are not stopping. You know, we can't let people go hungry. You know, the snow will be there, but we can't, people they have to be fed. So storm comes, thunder comes, anything comes, snow, rain, whatever, we are here. The church is here, available to help wherever possible. So we have some great, amazing teams who comes committedly every week and serve selflessly to make all these happen. And the next slide, so it was amazing to see, and it is the church food bank has been connected with so many local organizations. So we have formed like a friendship with them. As I said, one of the 4 distinctives, our church is a relational church. And we believe in friendship, making friends with people. So we have all different organizations, the Rotherham football community and the fire service, Wilkinson, and some other organizations coming and helping us and working with us. So we work in partnership with all these other people, and we just show the one thing that we always get to hear: if all else is closed or fails, we can always count on Liberty Church. And that's amazing to hear, because the church has always been here, and it's always been recognized. And that's one thing, I just felt the credibility, the community credibility is so important to keep this going on. And the next slide, from 2020 to 2021, we have given over 4,000 food parcels. It's 4,000 food parcels. Blessed. It's a blessing. And it's unbelievable, 4,000. Where is people use in the past 10? But now it's 4,000. And the vision is to see that it grows. Yes, I don't want people to be hungry all the time. But we want to see that, the church is here continuously to serve the needs of people. And I believe that this will just continue, and people know that it's here. And the next slide, what we do never goes unrecognized. So we got a letter from South Yorkshire Lieutenancy, if I'm pronouncing it right. So our work was also recognized by the Lord Lieutenancy, for how the church supported and provide selflessly during the COVID. So it is as Her Majesty's representative. They sent us a thank you letter, and it all the team's work and what we do. So I just would like, and food bank is not just in Rotherham. It is we are hoping to open very soon in Swinton, in Doncaster. So during the pandemic, where everything was closed down, the Lord blessed us, to open another food bank in one of our sister church, which is Thurcroft Church. So when everything was closing down, we just opened and made a service available in Thurcroft. So, but I just want Elaine G., who heads up the Thurcroft Food Bank, to come and share, the vision of Thurcroft community work.
Thank you. As I say, with Joe Douglas, we run Liberty Thurcroft Food Bank. We only started towards the end of January this year, and so we are very small. We've not done very many parcels, I will confess. But, as I say, we are just starting. Because we knew we still have the links with people like the council, Citizens Advice, the police. So they still know about us. But because we're based at Thurcroft, we've made links with there's 3 schools in Thurcroft. So there's an infant and a junior school, and the Willow's a special school. So we've made contact with them. We've had a number of referrals from the infant school and from the junior school. And there are 2 nurseries there, one private, one council run. And they've also referred people there. I've also made contact with the doctor's surgery, who've got a social prescribing officer who, when you go to the doctors, you don't always go with something that's a medical problem. Sometimes people go and they've saying, I've got no food in the house, I've got no money. And he's the person that people go to talk to. And Tony and I have had a number of meetings, and he's got people who need to come, who need someone to talk to, somewhere to go during the week. They're lonely. They just need someone to talk to. So with that in mind, we decided that we'd have a coffee morning for people to just come, anyone to come. It's open to anybody. And the coffee morning started last week, was our first one, and we had one lady come, which we were really pleased about. And so the aim of our coffee morning is to give them people somewhere to come, to talk, to sit, to have coffee, cake, a listening ear, just to serve the community around Thurcroft Church, which is what our food bank is hoping to do, serve that community, as Rose said. As we're hoping the coffee morning will grow, more people will come. The social prescribing officer at Thurcroft Surgery, he's going to send people to us to join our coffee morning. As we're hoping the coffee morning progresses, then we'll get to know the people that come, we hope, and then we'll be able to serve that community by offering perhaps money management advice through CAP. Also, perhaps invite Laser Credit Union people to come and talk to us, because we know from some of the people from the food bank at Thurcroft, we have a number of people that are referred regularly, and they've got money management issues. So they are generally referred towards the end of the month when their money's running out. So we need to be able to support them to be able to manage the money. So the idea is that we're going to invite people to come in to the coffee morning, to just sit, and if people need to go and talk to them, then they're there. As part of the food bank, we have the police community officer. He regularly comes in to see us, most weeks that he's around. And he said he will come to the coffee morning so that the people can go and talk to him. Not so that they can bring the problems, because they will still need to be done officially through official channels, but just so that he's a person, so that they can see him, meet him, realise he is quite a nice man, and so they can talk to him. Then the vision for that is that hopefully we can progress further and develop our coffee mornings into a community cafe, so we can offer people opportunities to learn how to serve, so they can come and do catering, work in our kitchen, serve people. So we're offering a way for people to move into employment. So that's a very long-term vision, but that is our vision from our little food bank to hopefully serving our community as Jesus would want us to do.
Great. So, as as Elaine was mentioning about the police officers coming and visiting. So in food bank, we have probation officers who come and come every week to collect the food parcels, but not just that. So through that, they send some of their, the prisoners who've just come out of prison, who are looking to do something in their life. So they get chance to come and volunteer at our food bank. And there's been 2 or 3 people that has been really helped. The food bank has helped them to do something. Like when they volunteer, they are surrounded with other teams, and they have laughter and they have fun, and it's just great, like how they build some friendships as well. So, and it has given some positive impact on their lives too. So last week I was having a conversation with one of the probation officers, and they were saying that they can't thank enough how much what church is doing, and also how it's impacting other people's life. And that's what the vision is. We want to see lives being transformed. We want to see Jesus just amazingly touching their lives and bring them from whatever the past, from the brokenness to fullness, and that's one of the vision, that every person that is met, that every person that we reach out to comes to know God and do something and in a positive way. So the next slide, if we can go, is the funding. So one of the community work is also funding. So sometimes we wonder where this all comes from, and there has been amazing, during pandemic, we have received, I forgot to bring the figure, but I think around over £50,000 we received funding for the community work. When I see the fundings coming through, I just feel that we are doing the right thing. We're doing what God wants us to do. So his hand of blessing has never been, stopped. He's just blessed us with funding. And if you can see, places like South Yorkshire Community Foundation and TLC Foundation and Rotherham, from VAR, Voluntary Action Rotherham, we have been receiving grants for, to buy the food and to buy some equipments, to buy, to get something that is required for the food bank, because it takes resources to run these projects. We need resources as much as we need volunteers. We need things to to run the project as well. So there is funding that we apply as well. So different community fund is there that we've been applying. And the next one is the Basics for Babies. So now we have changed the name this year to Baby Bank. So there's Food Bank and Baby Bank. As you can read there, the benefits of Basics for Babies to meet the needs of the family, establish a pastoral link, and provide an avenue. So, basically, Pastor Adrian came up with this idea of having a baby bank, because adults and individuals, families require food, but even baby requires food. The baby needs milk, it needs nappies, it needs wipes. So this is something we started as well as one of our community project, Baby Bank. If you go on next slide, so we provide baby nappies, baby milk, we make a baby pack, and through this, all the midwives, the NHS, and the clinic, all those organizations out there are connected to us. And you can see lovely Donna there with her baby. So yeah, as you can see, we provide all these things as part of our community project as well. And we make sure that any single mom or any parents who are in need, the baby things, the church is here available. So a lot of the children's family workers, all of them are connected with us. So that's one of the things that we do as community projects, the Baby Bank. And again, it has been a huge blessing, what we have given so far. I think I've lost the count, but I think we have supported over 100 families with our Baby Bank project, and over 100 moms and dads have been blessed with the provision. And so what the vision is to not just keep providing, but also it doesn't just stop there. We want to see the families that we provide the food bank or the baby bank to be back connected to the church. So we have toddlers group, we have kids group, we have so many different midweek activities. So we want to see them to be connected back into the life of the church, where they can continuously get the support that they need in different parts. And we continuously pray for all these things. And the next one is, before we move on to next one, I'll just show a little video about the food bank, just a small few seconds to just give an idea. So it's, this is just like few seconds, but there's madness that goes on in the food bank. There's we have to sort the parcels, we have to make for the family, for the individual, for cooking facilities, non-cooking facilities, and to collections, and also we have deliveries as well. One thing that our food bank does is we take the food to the people who can't come and access to the center. So there have been volunteers who have been selflessly giving their time to come and do the deliveries for us. So we do the food delivery for people who are disabled, who are unwell, who can't, geographically are very far distance. So we do that as well. And God has blessed us with, again, this year He's blessed us with a new van as well, and that's come through the funding. So we just want to see that happening more and more. And we do need more delivery drivers. So online, if you're watching, or here in the room, if you can drive, I see one person there saying yes. If you want to drive, please contact the church, and it's on Tuesdays and Thursdays. You will just be a huge support to the team. And the next community project is, before I move on, any questions? Any questions? Great. Before I move on, we have another community project that we do is Farsi Bible study. So as I said, we do the food bank, we do the baby bank. One of the connections, one of the projects that we do also is working with asylum seekers, working with the refugees or the immigrants. And the church has been supporting the asylum seekers for over 5 years now. So we have been constantly in touch with British Red Cross, with all the multi-agency asylum seekers meetings and Unity Center, who all support the asylum seekers. So one of the main group that the church supports is the Farsi-speaking group, because the asylum seekers that come from Iran they come because of persecution of their religion, and they have no freedom to worship, they don't have freedom to pray or all that. So church has a midweek Bible study group for them in their language, so they can worship. If you can see there, the worship in their language. So they sing in Persian, they pray in Persian, so they have the Bible study so they can grow more in their faith. So it's amazing to see some of the journeys that these people have made. Some have got their status and they're now living here, and some we are seeing with their family coming back to church, and we have seen amazingly all this some of the Persians giving their life to Jesus and getting baptism, and it's great. So it's just we are again here. The Rotherham is so diverse. It's so rich in culture and diversity. We see so many different nationalities in this place, and the church is just for everyone. We know the Lord gave His life for everyone, so we are here for everyone. So the Farsi Bible speaking happens every week, but at the moment we have paused it because we don't have any Farsi speaking leader coming to us, and so we are still in process of looking for someone who can come and lead this group. So the vision of the church is to just plant a Farsi speaking church for the new believers, for new people who have language barriers, who can't understand the language, can still be like, come and access those things in their own language. So the vision is to see, like, as the Lord, we just want to plant church. Our growth is not in number. Our growth in is to see more leaders being released and more churches being planted. And this is one of the vision, to see that, Farsi speaking church to be planted, because here in Rotherham we have more than over 50 families who speak Farsi. So that's one of the things. And the next project is ARC. So ARC is is a homeless project that we run every Tuesday here, and leader Kathy runs this. So before I speak on this, let's just watch a small video on what it.
I'm leader at the ARC. I have a passion to see the lost and broken saved and set free. I have a passion to see people that are homeless have a home, and have a church family who can love them and help love them back to life. I have a passion to see the lonely and the people on the outskirts of life being brought together to build a family, to build relationships. I have a passion of playing pool with a load of guys that just have no fun much in their lives, but they need to just have a laugh and just spend time with people in a relaxed atmosphere. And so these are the things that we do at the ARC. We find people home. If people are bound in an addiction, we can get them into rehabs. We think what else we do. We can help them getting linked up with fishing partners if they like to fish. We just enjoy getting to know each other. We spend time talking together. Some people just want to talk because they're very lonely, and it says in the Bible that God puts lonely in families, and so that's what we are here to be. We're here to be a little family group, and we just love spending time together and just uniting that family as one. So this has been a really tough season with the ARC having to be shut, and it's so exciting now that people are starting to be able to come back to our little family, and we're just having so much fun and joy and laughter together. So yeah, if you're around and you want to come visit and come and see what we're doing, come at 2:30, that's it, come at 2:30 and come and sit down and have a good chat with us. We'd love to see you.
Great. So that's Kathy, who's leader of ARC, and there's an amazing team as well supporting Kathy in that. And yes, so this is another project that the church does in terms of serving the community. We have next door Shiloh, who is also provides support for the homeless and does many things. So as a church, sometimes there are people who come here who have various different needs, and we are here to support them and also to signpost them, to show them there are other things in the community for them. So we like to work in unity. So that's one of the things that I always had in my mind. So where there is unity, God commands His blessing. So I just love how the community groups in Rotherham works together in unity. So we just send people to the other groups, other groups send people to us. So we are here to fill the gap in the community. So we want to be there and provide, the Lord has given, again, the volunteers, the resources, the building and everything. So we want to be there and fill the gap in those areas where the other communities are not doing much. So it's great to see how all the communities come together and we work in partnership with each other. So there are different organizations as I said, Unity Center, Rotherham Council, and Shiloh and the other Methodist church, the Timeless Builders. And there's so many people that we all so working together. If there is a need, we just reach out to one another. Just say, love your neighbor as you love yourself. It's not all about Liberty Church. It's not all about one person show. It's about unity. It's about doing together. And that's what it says, Rotherham together. It's not Rotherham on its own, but together we can make a difference. And we are part of that big network here. So there's that's for the Liberty community works. But the next one is, next slide, community events. So as a church, sorry, there is this one I forgot. Yes, so as we have food bank, we also have, it was not on my paper here. Oh, there is. See, I'm tired. It's okay. As part of the food bank, we also, as Elaine said, there is like coffee morning. We want to open up the place where people can come sit and chat over a cup of coffee or a tea. I'm not using the word tea because I love coffee. But that doesn't matter because people love different things, not about me. So it's so we have Liberty Coffee Morning. So that we want to have coffee morning in each congregation that we have planted. Thurcroft, Rotherham, Swinton, and Doncaster. Before it used to be only at Rotherham, but now the vision is to see happening in all different congregations. As I said, when people come for food parcel, and when you just start talk to them, you cannot believe how much somebody is going through in their life and how much that one cup of coffee chat can make a huge difference. It can change their lives. So that's the time where we just support them, pray for them, and you can come again for a coffee. And the best thing is we have cakes as well, which is for free. And everything that Liberty does is free, and it includes food. Yes. So you are all welcome. You can advertise it. So the next one is like community work vision, which is community events. If you're watching online or if you're here, if you want to know more about how I can be involved, I didn't understand that part, so I need to understand more about what happens in food bank or baby bank or connecting with all the organizations. Please come and have a visit here during the week, and we can help you to know more about it. So, or you can send us an email or contact the church and ask about these things. So community events, I've mentioned it 4 times now. I'm getting there. So we have different community events. One thing that makes me feel about events is celebration. And when there is a celebration or a party, you can see all of them together. So that's what excites me about events. There is fun, there is laughter, and there is friendships. And that's what, the vision is all about. This year, God gave the vision, ecclesia, the church to grow, not just to grow in numbers, but grow in friendship, grow in relationship, grow in getting to know each other. So we started this event called Spectrum, which is on the next slide. So Spectrum is once a month get-together event. And this happens, I know that I don't want to go too much on pandemic because everything was closed. Sad. But then we used to have this once a month get-together event where we had music, where we had dance, where we had friendship, and where we had international food. Wow. Honestly, I was just there for the food because you get to taste so many different flavors. And as I said, Rotherham is such a diverse community. You can have on one event we had around 26 nationality in one room. celebrating together, having fun together, eating together. This is like amazing, you know. So when I started, when I started the community work first, I said, God, how will it happen? How am I going to get connected with the asylum seekers, or how is all this working out? But just God's sense, you know, He sent people. And then the Spectrum event started with what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 people. Just 8 people in a room. We had some food and we danced. And then the next month was like 20. And the next month was 40. And the next month we had like 100 people coming together. So it kept growing and growing and growing. And it's one thing that really excites me. The vision behind this group was to see people have some fun. You know, we see these asylum seekers or refugees who come from all different walks in their lives. You know, it's hard for them. Everything is new. You know, the people are new. The language is new. The culture is new. But this is where, like, we had put, you know, other times in their week, they go to college. They take the paperwork. They do all those, you know, official bit things, which is boring, not fun, you know, stress. But this event is just come dressed up. And just have some fun. And it was great to see, like, I'll just show 2 little video clips of Spectrum event, which will just give you an idea, like, what it looks like. Can we play the video, please? This is them dancing all together on a Albanian song. There is another video where we just have some games. So during this event, like, I brought this amazing game, musical chair, and it just like was fun. That became like the one thing of the event. Like, everyone loved it. So one of the things like that I heard from a family that attended this event, which I can never forget. So this man came to me and he brought his wife to this event. They were really scared. They didn't know what it's like. And the first thing he said was, he's looked at me and said, "Thank you, Rose, for this." I said, "What happened?" You know, this is for you guys. And he said, "I've never seen my wife smiling and laughing in months after they left their country." And he said, it's the first time in months, I think he said around 6 months, he saw his wife smiling and having fun. And that's what this is all about. And that's what here, you know, the Lord wants to just give you joy in your life. You know, you can't keep that within yourself, can you? You have to share that joy to others. And that's why we are here for. We want to share the joy of the Lord, you know, through these events, through these community events, and just serve the people. Just be there for people. So through these events, they make friendship, they build relationship, and go to the next slide. And we have like Liberty International event. So once in 6 months, we have a Liberty International event where all the Spectrum get-together monthly event people come, and they just relax here, sat here, and we just have some dances on the stage, some singing, some different things happening on the stage. And through that also we just speak the gospel of Jesus Christ. And that's the vision, that every person, to hear the gospel. And this is why, like, we just put up all this event. Yes, this is a community event, but we just want people to know the Lord, to meet the Lord. And this has been one of, again, successful event. Go to the next slide. So, yeah, this one. So you can see, like, all different nationalities coming together, having fun, dancing together. And it's great. Like, they just enjoy this. And that's what we are here. It's all about. So the church has been doing this like for 6 years now. And the vision is to see that, the whole community comes together and they all have fun. They all have the joy in their lives. And we want to see the community being transformed. There can be different people can be coming different walks of life, but then as they enter here, they feel the joy in their hearts. And all this takes hard work. It takes like planning, organizing, and the vision is to see that this happens in each area that God's put, like Swinton, Doncaster, Thurcroft, and it happens there in the community. And then the Lord just brings people. And this is the vision that the Lord gave me when I started the community work, and it was working so well, and the Lord was just bringing people. One of the council member, one of the community council, ward counselor. There you go, the word. Ward counselor. Sometimes even I forget words. So when we had this, one of the international nights, we had like over 350 people in one place. So she just turned on the door. She said, she told this to Pastor Adrian, only Liberty can do this. So this is just, and those things like really encourages us, inspires us to do more. And as I said, it takes hard work. There's team doing it, but then we want to see this grow and happen more and more and more. And we saw that when during the time of prayer, we saw like people from the Sikh background, from the Hindu background, all coming forward for prayer. And that's what we want to see, like, just people like coming closer and to know God through these works. So the next slide. So now I will talk about the Liberty community work, the community connection. So the third point, almost there, it's going to be over. So yes, 3. So community connections. As I said, as a church, we are, we have the credibility in the community, and the community knows Liberty Church, and it doesn't know Rose, it doesn't know anything, but it knows the work of Liberty Church. It knows that that church is there for everyone. And, if you need anything, it's there. So it's not only the Sunday church. It's like we are one of the most busy church, I can say that. Even during pandemic, come on, even that time, it was one of the most busy church. Every day it was so busy. So we believe in working, as I said before, together and in partnership, in connecting with different organizations, being there for the community. So we work in partnership with Red Cross, with Unity Center, with Shiloh, Probation, Rotherham Council, and Job Center, Citizens Advice, Rotherfed, Migration Yorkshire, and I can just list on the NHS, midwives, social services, children's services, all of them. So the church is working together with all these community. The next slide. So if you can see there, all like Fair Share, Morrison's Community Champions, VAR, the probation officers. So it's about the what we do here is what sometimes I just feel like we never advertise it much. if you see on our Facebook page what we do on every day, we never put too much out there on the social media, but still the work of Liberty Church is recognized in the community, and that's the credibility we have built in the community. Serving our community, doing all these community works always costs us something. The time, the effort, the people, but it's always worth it. At the end of the day, it's always worth it. And one of the news that recently heard was we have been nominated for the Queen's Award for our volunteer service that we have done in Rotherham. And that is amazing. That is wow. It's just great to see the work being recognized in the community and all the connections that we have. This is just for me, it also makes it feel sometimes through these connections, through these friendships, through the work that we do, one thing that I can feel is we get to share about the love of God. We get to share about Jesus. We get to share, for me, sometimes people ask me, what made you to come to England? And to be honest, I never wanted to come to England. UK was not in one of my list of places to go, but the Lord brought me here, and then it gives me a chance to talk about, witnessing Jesus. So that's why we are here. God's put us here in the community to be a witness for Him. So that's the church it is here. One of the motto of the church, as you can see, is loving God, which, God is love. We ought to love Him with all our heart and soul, and loving people. And loving our neighbors, and people walk through this door from all different stages of their life. You can name everything, but then you ought to love them. You're here to love them. You have to show them the love of God, and that's why we are here. And so I'm just coming to an end. Is there another slide? Yes, there is. So the vision for the community vision for 2021 and 2 years to come is to see all these community events, be it Baby Bank, Food Run, Coffee Morning, Befriending, Spectrum, International Night, all of this to be linked into the midweek activities of the church. So if you can see, these are the community events, but these all to be led, because we have kids and youth work, we have church services, we have toddlers group, we have connect group, we have different services that can help them spiritually as well, because we want to see God's kingdom to come here on this place. We want to see every soul to be saved in Jesus' name. We want to sow the seeds of gospel, sow the seed of word in every people's life, because as I said, we don't want it all for ourselves, do we? We want to be there, and see people life being changed in Jesus' name, and we want to make His name famous, not Liberty Church, but His name famous, and that's why we are here for. So, is there a last slide? Oh, there is. And this is the last one. So how can I get involved? So you heard me talking a lot about, the community work. What does it involve? The community connection, community events, community projects. So you have an idea about what Liberty Church includes all. But now, if you're thinking how I can get involved, is you can be part of this vision. You can be part of this projects, these things, and take it, keep growing and moving forward. We are not moving backward. We are not stopping. We want to run this race for Jesus. And how can I get involved? You can volunteer. Volunteering, if you have time, if you have any gifts, like whatever I've spoken about, if you can see, I can see myself doing that, so you can volunteer. As I said, for food bank, we need drivers, and for admin support, and these projects, and the long-term vision is to also have, as Elaine mentioned, community cafe. So we want to have, like, we have big dreams. We want to have open a social enterprise and provide job opportunities and different, like, mentoring and trainings and do a lot, so for that, we need more support, more volunteers. So we need admin support to take those dreams forward, those vision to be fulfilled. Some of practical support. So there is, like, as you said, there's so much projects and events and things all happening, but we need some practical support. What can I do? How can I help you? Can I keep these chairs? Or can I organize the tables? Can I just sort these things out? So if you want the list, you can come to me if you are free. I'll give you jobs to do. And most importantly, how can I be involved? Prayer. We need prayer. We need people to pray for this project. We need people to pray for this ministry, because it's not, as I said, it's hard work. And we need to pray that, for the teams that come in every week, they commit their time. And they just come here, to serve. So we need prayer. We need God to just, keep blessing us, help us, keep providing us, and pray for His protection. Because with all these connections that we have with other different organizations, we want God to, cover us and protect us. So the prayer is very important part that you can play. And if you're watching online and if you want to be part of this vision, you can. There's an email ID there, roseflora, that's me, @gmail.com. So if you can just email and put down, like, what you can support with, and also you can call the church number, and yes, we can get back to you. So this is it. Do you have any questions? No. Great. That means that you all have understood. Great. So I think now, yes. Yes. So Joanne is asking that somebody from ARC would like home visits. So we do used to have, like, home visits, so which we call befriending. So we used to go to people's houses on their, like, consent, and we used to visit them, pray with them, and sometimes just to sit there and have a chat with them. So the befriending program is one of the things that we want to start it back, and we need to have the team to do that, who's very good with counseling, or who's very good with, like, having some conversations. So that's one of the things that we would want to see happening very soon, which will be, like, probably by start of next year. So yes, that's one thing that will be happening. The updates are all on the Facebook. So if there's anything new happening, or how you can be involved, or anything to do with all these community works, it's all on the Facebook. So we have a Facebook, Liberty Community Projects Facebook. You can go there and check for more updates. So we'll just have a time of prayer now, and then we'll just commit this time to the Lord. And yes, if you're watching online, we will be ending the live stream now, but you can, wherever you are in your place, you can just pray with us, and yeah, just for the Lord to bless us. So we'll just probably just pray for 5 minutes. Like, if you want to just split into 2 groups and just pray together in a circle, that will be great. So thank you.